Hey everybody, welcome. What do we call this? Wes, Claudia,
and the band.
Yeah, it's kind of evolved here, and but welcome everybody. We're glad that you've joined us this evening, and hey, keep joining us. Right now, it'd be a good time for you to start a cooking watch party.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
That'd be cool.
Wes is going to help me cook today. Joke.
Get your Facebook friends, let them know what's going on, and I think they're going to have fun today because this is like one of my favorite vegetables.
Well, you could say that.
Did I get the wrong category?
We've done 17 weeks. Thank you.
17.
Have you heard Wes ever say that I really don't like what you're fixing today?
Oh.
Or, it's not one of my favorites. Have you ever heard him?
No.
Well, we're going to start off here.
Because everything she does is like outstanding. I mean, there's just no question about it. It is outstanding. And
outstanding in the field. Oh, I'm such a funster.
Once in a while, I even consider going on a diet, but I go, I'm going to miss something. I don't want to miss anything.
We don't miss anything.
I don't want to close down some great food opportunities.
Okay. Now then, I've got a story to tell, and it's hot off the press.
Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's great.
Did you run this by me?
Nope. Okay, it happened.
Should you run it by me?
Should you be quiet while I'm trying to talk?
Oh, boy.
Okay, so anyway, it just happened last week. I was cooking for a group of people coming over, so I'm pretty busy in the kitchen, and Wes says, "What's for lunch?" I said, "I'm not doing lunch because I'm doing supper and I'm cooking." And
I can already tell this is going in the wrong direction.
And he says, what should I do? I said, well, go to Jimmy John's and get us a sandwich. Bring it back and we can eat it here.
Tuna fish sandwich on the whole wheat bread.
We'll try to get through this. And so anyway, so he leaves. I continue, and he's gone, and he comes back, and he's huffing and puffing, sigh. I said, what's wrong? And he says, I drove all the way over there. Is it 2 miles maybe? And I drove all the way over there and I forgot my billfold. So I had to come back and get it. He says, bye. So he left again. And he's gone. And finally he comes in. I said, great. And he says, oh, I just realized something. I said, what? He says, I drove through the drive-thru. I paid for the sandwiches.
I had a great conversation with the guy
That's
through the window.
That's important.
Yeah, we talked a while.
But I forgot the sandwiches. I said, why are you home without the sandwiches?
Oh, man.
Well, I'd already forgotten my billfold.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going back. I said, Wes, we're hungry, and I've got to keep going.
And you accused me. I can still remember. You accused me. Do you have too much pride?
Yeah,
do you remember
I did.
saying that?
I said, do you have too much pride to go back and say, it's me?
I did have a little bit.
Well, what he did is he called them. They go, Jimmy John's. He goes, hi, this is Wes Stupid. Oh, yeah, you're Wes Stupid. You left your sandwiches here.
Yes,
and
I
we've
did.
been holding them for you. He said, you have? Yeah.
I was going to share them.
So I thought the next response I was going to hear was, I'll be right over. No. I heard, is anyone hungry there? He goes, well, we're working. He says, well, you know what? I'll just give my sandwiches to you guys to eat for today.
I thought that would be a nice treat.
I think because of COVID, they're not allowed to eat anything they put outside.
Is that right?
Anyway, so long story short, we didn't have any lunch.
I missed my
Because
lunch.
he just happened to forget a few things.
Yeah. Hey, talking about this week, aren't you excited? Our governor has opened up our restaurants.
Yes, we were at Carrabba's last night.
Yeah. That was so exciting.
I know, got to see our buddies.
I think we stayed there, how many, 4 hours?
I don't know, but we met new people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We got to hang out with our buds.
It was like a party there.
It was, yeah. I meant to take balloons, but I didn't get them in time.
You should have done that.
I'll take them tonight. Are we going tonight?
I don't know. Maybe we ought to pick another place to encourage another restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Because we
love Carrabba's.
We love to support our
and we love Lacari's, and we love
the Tallies.
So
we're here to support, and I encourage you to do the same. Let's get back and double up those tips. So
baby. They need those tips.
Yeah, hey, what's on for today?
Well, now that we've, I am going to make. I've debated this over and over, and he knows this. I'm going to make mashed potatoes.
I love mashed potatoes.
I bet I bet everybody knows how to make mashed potatoes.
Because I've had some other mashed potatoes. Okay.
And so anyway, this is Mom's, and I grew up on her mashed potatoes and watched. I've made some shortcuts, but he gets real amorous when it comes to great food.
No, this is February, and this is Valentine's month, and
I'm surprised you remember. When is Valentine's Day, babe?
It's the 14th.
Good boy. Yeah. You want to take this big arm? Thank you. Okay, now.
So I get excited about Valentine's.
Okay, good. You know what? I've got to cook.
You want me to leave?
Yeah, well, it's whatever, but I just need to get going.
Okay, I'll get out of the way here so you can have all of the room there that you want.
So this mashed potato recipe is nothing special. It's just always good, and it's pretty non-fail. First of all, the pan you're going to see, I've already, I hate to say this word, B-O-I-L, I've already boiled the potatoes, and they're ready to go. But this pan that you see here is 50 years old. This pan was given to me at a wedding shower from my mom. It's Farberware. Back in the day, that was the thing to get, and she bought a set for me. And the other pans of the set didn't make it, but this one still is, and I'm using it, and I love it, and I think about my mom every time I use this pan.
How old did you say it is?
50.
50 years.
It'll be 50 years
That's
in July.
almost older than we are.
Almost older than we are? Okay, so now you can go. All right, so where we're going to jump in here, let me give a few little highlights. I use gold potatoes now. I used to use just an Idaho, but now I use gold potatoes.
Why?
Because they mash well, they keep well, they're good. Okay, so when you peel your potato, first you wash them and scrub them. And then when you peel your potato, don't leave these eyelids leave these dark spots in them or bruises or slashes. You just go ahead and work around that, And so when you peel this, get you a nice peeler, and
that's very appealing.
Here we go. And so I'm just you all know how to do this. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So, I'm going to show you here. I just keep going till all that stuff disappears because I don't want it showing up after the potatoes are mashed, okay? So then a mistake a lot of people make is that they cut their potatoes. They think, if I cut them in little chunks, that'll really be good. No, because potatoes absorb their water. And so what you do is you don't cut in little chunks. Like this is how I would, if I was going to use this potato, this is what I would do, that size, for all of them. And Mom taught me that if you want to be safe and always have mashed potatoes, you do 1 potato per person. Now I throw in a couple of 3 more because I don't want anyone going for seconds and it's always a little bit left. Well, no one will take that last little bit because they don't want to offend the others. So I make extra. I know that surprises you. So then, okay, so we've peeled the potato. You drop them in cold water, bring them to boil, and they...
What was that word?
B-O-I-L.
How do you say it?
I just said it. And so what I do is I look at about 30 minutes. And then I always have a fork and you poke them. And if they kind of split apart or the fork goes into it,
a potato poker.
Yeah, so I've left these in this water, so we're going to see what happens. So what you do, as soon as they're done, excuse me, Wes, we're going to go over to the colander area, and we're going to pour these babies right in here. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'll explain this later. I'm filling this pan back up with a little water. What it is I discovered that I can put my mashed potato pan in this, and it acts like a double broiler. Not much water. Well, I'll talk about that after a while. Okay, so now you get your potatoes, and we dump them in Big Boy. This is my mixer that Wes got me, I think on a Valentine's Day 2 years ago.
Like a chainsaw.
How does that fit? I'm not sure. No, don't give me you don't know stuff behind the camera. What was that remark about? Okay, so now what you want to do, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you. I know it breaks your heart because this baby is noisy. But the key is to whip them up quickly while they're hot. or you're gonna have lumps. Can you hear me? Oh, okay, we're getting ready to turn the machine off now. Here we go, we're going down. I never zip it down, but only because I respect this old baby. Okay, now then, whoops.
How old is this mixer?
I'm not sure. And so, I love it though.
It's got to be like 35 years, 40 years.
How long have we lived in this house?
A long time.
Well, as long as we've lived here. Okay, so, I know you guys are going, you too. All right, so I scraped this down because now I'm going to put, what I did is I only made like 4 or 5 potatoes, but normally I put in a stick of butter, so why not do that now? You know, what does a stick of butter hurt? Boom.
We love butter.
We love anything that's fattening.
Things go better with butter.
Do they? Okay. So what I'm doing now is mixing this up in here. Hang on, here we go. Get all the butter melted in there and whipped in it. Now what my mom did is she took a pan, a little saucepan, put the amount of milk that you use and the stick of butter, and she simmered it. So when you add it here, it was already warm and melted. I don't do that, and I probably should. Okay, those are looking pretty darn good. All right, next I take half and half. Sometimes I mix a half and half with 2% to make it a diabetic. No. No, what did I mean to say? Wes won't look at me. I didn't. Oh. Wait just a minute, I gotta get things under control.
What do you mean?
Anyway,
What? Seriously? What?
No, we can't do that. We can't do that.
But people are confused.
No, I'm confused. Okay, so I add half of my milk because sometimes it's consistent. Now here we go with salt. You know, salt makes it, man. So all right, so I'll start this. You don't want to start it really quickly because then the milk splatters everywhere. I've done that too.
So, what was that word you were trying to use?
Don't bring that.
What did you
I
mean?
was going to say that
But what did you mean?
I'm lowering the calories by mixing milk with the half and half instead of using all half and half. Kind of like a diet milk. I don't know. Okay, now then, during the holidays, Williams and Sonoma over at the other mall, Williams, well, we don't have one in this mall, so they sell a product called Williams and Sonoma.
Is that at the Woodland Mall?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. It's mashed potato seasoning, and it comes like in 3 or 4 different types. I always buy the Parmesan, garlic, and herbs.
Or you can go online and get this.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great idea. I don't do that, but Wes does. So anyway, I'm not going to use this because to me it's not a special occasion for.
What?
Oh well, Valentine's. If I do this for Valentine's, because it has the last.
This whole month is special.
Temperamental. Okay, so anyway, this is the time you add this, and you gradually stir it in. All right. So now I'll always keep your sides clear, and so that they can also get stirred up again. Okay. I can tell it needs a little more salt. All right, here we go.
Some people say you don't give out recipes, and they would love to know what the recipes are. So how do you know how much salt to put in and how much of milk?
Okay, salt, milk, I already told them, get a cup. Now, if I was cooking for a group, I would have used all this. But I cut back on the potatoes because basically it's just going to be you and me. All right, so let me get a spoon. Excuse me, I'm gonna go over here and grab a spoon. I should have had that ready.
Did you ever play that game? 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4?
I'm not sure I did.
Never heard of it?
Okay.
Do you want me to taste it?
Yes, after I get it done.
We do a lot of testing, taste testing. Taste testing.
I never know what each day is going to bring.
You love that mixer, don't you?
I do love this mixer. I use it all the time.
Sometimes you just hug it.
I do. Babies. Yeah, you have to take care of it. You know, it's such a horse. Okay. Here, Wes, let's try this.
Hey, tell them recently it broke, and tell them who fixed it.
Oh, it did break. I could not get it to go up and down. So when I tried to beat with this down here, it did. But there was someone in the house that could fix it. Now, normally, would you like to take a taste?
Yes. Oh my.
Okay.
Tastes like
dessert. But he fixed it, so it goes up and down now. All right, so.
If you would put that in pie crust, it would taste like.
You know what? I forgot to know.
Potato pie.
All right, now let me explain to you what I'm doing here. I discovered this just a couple of years ago. You know what, we've talked about the double broiler where you have a pan with water and the heat from the water cooks, melts the chocolate or whatever. This is kind of on the same issue. This is the pan I boil the potatoes in, and I get this water to boiling. So let's say supper is in 45 minutes. I can go ahead now and fix this earlier. You'd probably like to lick this thing, but I'm not going to. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so what I do is here's the mashed potatoes. I get them down in the pan. You see the consistency here? It's so smooth, so not. What is this? To put the spoon on or with something? Not quite. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Did you want more?
That's good.
Oh. Okay, now then. Didn't know we were going to do that. Now then, here's the real secret. You go get some more butter. Let me get some more butter here. And I put a chunk of butter just laying at the top. And by the time I leave this on this double broiler the whole time I'm getting ready to serve people and finishing my cooking. So I just lay it down in there, see? And then I go over here. Now I just rigged this. You're gonna have to decide your own. You see it kind of fits in there? Then I cover it. And those potatoes stay don't they, when they're served? They are absolutely warm. When you take the lid off, the butter's all melted and running over the sides. So then I take that out, stir it up, put it in the serving bowl, and it's ready. But now I can go on and do other things, see? So this was a great discovery, yeah, with the 50-year-old pan and the mixer dish. So there you go. I hope you enjoy your mashed potatoes. Remember, gold potatoes, half and half, a cup of half and half, 1 potato per person. Add 2 or 3 to make sure if you got people like somebody here loves mashed potatoes. My grandkids love mashed potatoes, so I always make extra. And
what kind of potatoes?
Gold potatoes.
Where do you
Look at them.
Where do you find these?
At the grocery store. Don't you roll your eyes. What kind of question was that? You see how gold they are?
You don't find them at
See,
the
I got a
hardware
spotlight.
store.
Look at the spotlight I've got on them. See? They're gold. See?
Oh, they are.
Yeah, man. And they make great mashed potatoes. All right. Any questions? I don't think so. If you do, ask me. And so right now, you know what? Let's prepare our hearts and get ready for a great time of worship with our Daybreak Band. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
just one word, you calm the storm that surrounds me. Just one word, the darkness has to retreat. Oh, just one touch, and I feel the presence of heaven. Oh, just one touch, my eyes were open to see. My heart can't help but believe. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. Oh, just one word, you heal what's broken inside me. And just one word, and you revive every dream. Oh, just one touch, and I feel the power of heaven. Oh, just one touch, and my eyes are open to see. My heart can't help but believe. Come on, there's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a prison wall He can't break through. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can't do. Sing this together. And I will believe for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. So let faith arise and let all agree. There's no power like the power of Jesus. And I will believe, come on, for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. So let faith arise and let all agree. There's no power like the power of Jesus. And I will believe, come on, for greater things. There's no power like the power of Jesus. So let faith arise, let all agree. There's no power like His power. There's nothing that our God can't do. That's right. There's not a mountain that He can't move. Oh, praise worship you. I worship you. I've been held by the Savior. I felt fire from above. I've been down to the river, and I ain't the same, a prodigal return. That's why I say, all my hope is in Jesus. Thank God that yesterday's gone. All my sins are forgiven. I've been washed by the blood. I'm no stranger to the prison. I've worn shackles and chains. I've been freed and forgiven. Yes, I have. I'm not going back. I'll never be the same. That's why I sing. All my hope is in Jesus. Thank God my yesterday's gone. All my sins are forgiven. I've been washed by the blood. There's a kind of thing that just breaks a man. Breaks him down to his knees. God, I've been broken more than a time or two. Yes, I have. And then he picked me up, showed me what it means to be a man. Come on and sing. All my hope is in Jesus. Thank God that yesterday's gone. All my sins are forgiven. I've been washed by the blood. Come on and sing. All my hope is in Jesus. Thank God my yesterday's gone. All my sins are forgiven. Yes, they are. I've been washed by the blood.
Oh boy. What did you eat for breakfast this morning?
I haven't had any.
Yeah, you did. I took you to McDonald's
Oh
this
yeah,
morning.
I
Yeah.
ordered a biscuit and it came out of what's that thing?
I guess we ought to be a little more serious because we've just
Yes.
come out of worship.
Yes.
And we jumped to that.
Oh, I like jumping into worship too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes. I just want to say here
Oh,
that
that looks. The butter is
This-
totally melted.
I don't care. This is what she just prepared before we went to worship. I'm telling you. Now this is healthy. This is a vegetable, right?
Oh, totally.
Is
It's
it?
got milk, butter, potatoes.
Your mashed potatoes, and you learned this from your mom, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. Now what is the recipe again? Just real quick. Yeah, seriously.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes, milk, half and half. Butter, salt. There you are.
That's good. Mm-hmm. And where do you get the potatoes? At the store.
Out in the backyard. I go out and dig them up. I'm a farm girl too.
I didn't know that.
Well, the questions you ask sometimes. Hey, you know what? This is serious stuff. This is not a carryover from the kitchen.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So here we are at the beginning of a brand new month, February.
That's
Hard
good.
to believe they go fast. It
A while
seems
ago,
like
he was talking about, now in February. I go, it is February.
we just finished Christmas. It seemed
A month ago, yes.
It seemed like though we just finished it. And now here we are with February, which is one of my favorite months because in the middle of it is something very special. Very special. Yeah.
My glass.
Yeah. So, you know what else is special about February?
What?
This is Black History Month. Black History Month.
Yes, it's also Chad's birthday, Sadie's birthday, your daddy's birthday, and my mom's husband's birthday.
There were some very productive parents along the way.
Okay, let's go back to Black History Month.
So, yes, this is
Sorry.
Black History Month. And I'm just thinking here, 400 years, a 400-year journey from primarily African nations. And then those 400 included their time here in the U.S. up until now. And much of this has included slavery. It has included the Civil War. It is
I love the history of the Civil War.
Reconstruction, the Jim Crow segregation, the fight for civil rights. You know, I'm very proud. Maybe proud is not the word I should use here, but I'm proud of the heritage of our denomination. And I don't say much about this, but the heritage of the Wesleyan Church included two remarkable things. And the first one was the whole anti-slavery.
Yes.
There was a group of people who felt it was just wrong to own slaves and to treat people as slaves, and that it was not a Jesus thing. And so out of it, there was a group of people who left their denomination, and they formed what was called the Wesleyan Methodist. And of course, then the Civil War took place, and at least on the books, slavery was against the law. And of course, some of those people went back to their original denominations and churches, but there was a little group that stayed called the Wesleyans. And that's our heritage, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
In a spiritual sense. And then the other thing is women's suffrage, which equal rights for women, for men and women, and the whole voting act that goes all the way back to Seneca, New York. But those are things that we are very, very proud of. But when I think of Black History Month, I just think, you know, there's some things that we could be involved in. And first of all, I just, you know, I was just thinking of what could I say today? I think one of the things is just Google, start by Googling Black History Month. And you're going to find that there are suggestions and museums and places that you can go to that will remind you of the historical importance of Black History Month. And then I think there are things like we could invest in Black businesses, folks of color, and we can do something special there. You know, I think of our friend LaDawn Evans and her husband Troy, who pastor the Edge Church. They've started various businesses, t-shirt businesses and so forth.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of them. And I always encourage people, just go online, look them up, and make some purchases. It would be a great thing if maybe some Sunday you would go to church there and just worship with them and be liberal in the offering time.
That's right.
Be generous. Be very generous that day you're with them. And then I just want to say There's so many things we can do. Just maybe take some time during this month and choose some Black artists, their music, their art, and so forth, and just a time of honor and respect. And then finally, I just want to say, pray. You know, our nation, we think, I hear the unity word really thrown around today, but I just feel like we're far from being a people that's really unified.
Yeah.
And many of the things that I see and hear, Claudia, I don't feel they're Christ-like at all.
No, they're not.
And sometimes I have to say, Lord, help me with my own thinking, help me with my tongue. But there's some things that all of us need to confess, and we need a revival when it comes to racism and just some of the things that have developed over the last few months. So I just wanted to bring that up today, Black History Month.
Yes.
And you do what you think is meaningful to you and your family. I think this would be a good time just to say we're finishing up now our 21 days of prayer and fasting.
Jeez.
And I just commend you guys. Many of you participated. And if you didn't start the first day that we started this, continue until you finish your 21 days and then come off of it the way you feel you need to. Be careful there. But this is so important that we just take time and we pray. I was with Jeff Eckert the other day, and we were meeting for lunch, and he said, well, I need to warn you here. I'm fasting today. Well, I didn't much like that because I thought I want to eat. I want to have lunch today. But it's important that we have these regular times of prayer and fasting. So I thought we would just take some time right now and just pray. Lord Jesus, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Lord, for the blessings that you have bestowed on our country. There are so many blessings. And I know that there's a lot of people that look around and they feel like many of their privileges and freedoms are being taken away. But again, I just see the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us. And I thank you, Lord. Many of us are blessed with our own house, our own car. Many of us have a second car. Many of us have a decent job where we're paid. Many of us have our own doctor. We have hospitals. We have grocery stores. We have entertainment. We have places we can go get our car worked on. God, there are so many things that you have blessed us with materially. But I thank you, Lord, for the church. I thank you that our churches can open their doors and that we can freely worship. Again, I know that there's persecution, and I realize that many times under persecution, your church grows more than ever. And help us never to become critical people in this sense. Help us to stop and thank you. And Lord, as we think about Black History Month, help us to reach out to our friends of color and show our love and respect and pray and support their businesses. Be true neighbors, loving neighbors, people of strong faith. Help us to be Jesus-like in our actions. And now, Lord, as we enter into a new month and we're focusing on marriages, I pray that you would guide us even in some of the things that we're going to do today. Bless in your name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, I was just thinking too, we need to celebrate Easttown.
Yes.
And you were, Easttown is our son and daughter-in-law, Clint and Michael.
Yes.
And our grandkids.
Yep.
All four of them.
Savannah, Claire, Charlie, and Henry.
Yeah. And they felt years ago that God was leading them to go to one of the most unchurched communities in America. And I remember when Clint was talking to us about this and asking us to pray, he said, Dad, I've narrowed it down to two places. You remember what they were?
I know the one, but I don't know the other.
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle.
And San Francisco.
I'm glad he didn't go there.
Did you really say that?
I did.
Okay, well,
It's kind of selfish.
well, people need to go there to.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying, I was just
Well,
saying
we'll
what
move.
they've been through. I'm sorry.
We'll move on here. Whoa. So they felt led to go to San Francisco, probably the most unchurched area in America. That doesn't mean there's not churches there, but many of them have either kind of died or they've just, they've kind of faded away to very few people. And there are a few good churches that are still thriving, but they moved into a thriving community in the suburbs called San Ramon.
Yep.
And they've started a church called
Easttown.
Now, California is one of the strictest when it comes to COVID-19, and they've been pretty well closed up, and so they've gone online. And I got to say, I am so proud of their online church.
Yeah,
and I run into people all the time who are watching, even here in our community. But you can just simply go to easttown.church. And I'm thankful that there are many churches that support the Easttown Church. Churches like Kensington, our own church, Daybreak. I'm proud of that. Really, it's a mission station.
Yeah.
And we're so thankful for many of you who contribute. And, send them a donation, encourage them. Go online and see how you can make a gift. So, well, with all that said, we celebrate how many years for them?
4.
Wow, I can't believe it. You were there for the first service.
I was there for the first service.
I wish I'd have been with you, but
I
had this little job called Daybreak.
Oh, okay.
So you were there, and I know you were excited by that first Sunday. Yeah, and it has really gone great. And they have a great online presence.
I know looking forward.
They cannot wait. They've made such an impact. They've been able to lead many people to Christ, and they've baptized many into the faith. Okay, so here we are. It's February month, and what do you think of?
Valentine.
Yeah, and what day? You asked me a while ago, what day is that?
February 13th. I just wanted to check.
February
14th.
I usually am the one that gets the dates wrong. Man, that's good.
I don't know.
That is really good. So, we're going to do a marriage special this month. And on Sundays, you know the name of the series?
Well, I know that song, Little Thing Called Love.
Yeah. So I met Bob Goff. We met Bob Goff a few months ago. What a great guy.
Oh, man. What a positive thinker, lover of life and people.
Yeah, it was just amazing. A delight. He puts his phone number, his cell number, right in the back of these books.
We were with him, with a group, and his phone would go, and he goes, excuse me just a minute. And he'd pull out the phone. Yeah, it's good hearing from you, Bill. I'll call you back in 45 minutes. And he hangs up, and somebody says, was there really someone on there? Yeah. He says, I put my cell phone number in the book, and they can call me anytime they want.
Yeah,
and he says, so I answer the phone no matter what I'm doing.
His cell number is right there.
And I tell them 45 minutes. Now, sometimes they wait, and other times they don't. I just couldn't believe
We're going to offer, I think that we're offering this book in our bookstore, aren't we?
I'm not for sure.
I think so, during the month of February.
Okay,
if not, go on Amazon and get this book.
Great author. Yeah.
But I don't know if you knew this, but you're going to be helping me teach this series. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys because I know that you love to hear Claudia teach.
I know how we're moving right through this, but I did see my name on 1 out of 4.
And you're welcome to help me on as many Sundays.
Oh, really?
And Jeff Eckert's going to help as well. So,
all right.
And their family right now is in the marriage mode.
Yeah, they're getting ready to marry another daughter.
They just married one off, getting ready to marry another one. They got a third one left.
Mom and Dad aren't doing too well, but they're...
Yeah. Well, I tell you, when you have girls, you better have a big bank account. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out today with a little marriage quiz. And get your paper, your pen, pencil, whatever. And this is how we're going to start. And these are going to be for you to later on discuss with your spouse. What were you going to say?
No. I'll see. I'll run it through there again and see if I should.
What now?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So I want us to think about, I want you to think about your marriage. And here's what I see. I see us lumping marriage kind of into a family category along with the kids, maybe sports, soccer games, and everything else. And okay, here's our marriage. Here's our marriage. I want us to stop that.
Oh.
I want us for the month of February, I want us to take marriage and put it out front and center and not lump it in with a bunch of other things, but make it a priority. It is in its own category. Am I making that clear?
I think so.
You agree with me on that?
Sure. Yes. I do.
Oh, that was wholeheartedly.
I do.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to visit marriages and take a little pop quiz here. And I want you to write down these questions, and I want you to add up your score between yeses and nos. Now, don't let your spouse see what you're doing here. I want each of you to do this. So don't cheat here. Okay, no cheating. No cheating.
Wow.
So this is a Christian thing.
Oh, okay.
We'll pull out.
I wondered where that was coming
We'll pull out
from.
a commandment. Thou shalt not cheat.
Oh, okay. That's better
So-
than thou shalt not kill.
Well, there could be some murders after this is finished. I don't know. No. So here we go. So the first question we want to throw to you. So this is individually, not together. You don't discuss it yet. You will discuss this later on. I want to get that really clear.
Yeah.
What-
Ready?
what-
Number
yeah.
1. Do you worry your marriage is headed in the wrong direction? You didn't start out strong enough. Do you worry your marriage is headed in the wrong direction?
So your answer is either yes or it's no. And so you just check that off there, yes or no. When we get to the end, you add up all the yeses.
That's right.
And all the no's. What's the second question?
Okay. Is there a significant secret you haven't told your spouse?
Wow. Yeah, go ahead and answer that. And then I'm going to make a follow-up comment.
Either yes or no.
We've got to make a decision here. I just want to say we've got to choose a life of honesty. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay?
And maybe we can come back on that next week.
Yeah.
The third question.
Is there a mutual feeling of respect between you and your spouse?
Whoa. Have you ever run into people that don't respect each other and they're married? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You have? And
Yeah, when you go out with them, you just regret you went out with them. They just rip each other apart the whole time. You're going,
that's happened. I know. We've been places we just want to go, oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so answer that one, either yes or no. What's your next question?
Okay, I can't remember where I stopped. Is there a destructive behavior by you or your spouse which could destroy your relationship?
Yeah.
Is there a destructive behavior by you or your spouse which could destroy your relationship?
That's a big one. And we know couples, there's junk going on and they try to hide it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you answer that, either yes or no. That'll be an interesting one when you guys come back together and one of you said yes and the other one said no. Okay,
Any of the questions.
That's true, any of the questions.
Question number 6. Do you feel there is an aspect of you or your spouse's life that you do not share? Do you feel there is an aspect of you or your spouse's life that you do not share?
Okay, put yes or no there. How are we doing on these?
I haven't been answering them yet.
Okay.
I don't want to.
All right, let's go ahead.
Question 7. Is there a significant issue to which you cannot find a workable solution? Is there a significant issue in which you cannot find a workable solution?
So you keep coming up to this wall and you feel like I can't get over it, I can't get through it, I can't get around it. Is there something like that going on in your marriage right now? Yes or no? Yes or no? What's the next question?
Question 8. Do you feel you and your spouse are growing apart?
That's a question that you and I, we often encounter when we're dealing with a couple. And some of them are very blunt in their answer. Yeah, we're growing apart. We don't love each other the way we used to. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of a surreal moment for us when we're with a couple and they're explaining how they have just grown apart. You know how to answer that. That may be difficult for you to be that honest, but go ahead and be honest, a yes or a no. So just right now, check that one.
Number 9. Do you find yourself comparing your spouse to someone else?
Whoa.
Do you find yourself comparing your spouse to someone else?
And that can, again, I'm trying not to speak too much on these because I want to save it for the coming weeks. But boy, it is so easy to get back at your spouse by making a comparison. So-and-so at work, they dress like.
Why can't you be like so-and-so? Yeah, it starts.
Yeah.
Question number 10.
Do you love your spouse?
Yeah, that's a typo. Do you love your spouse more today than you did last year? Huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you love your spouse more today than you did last year?
Wow, that's sobering, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, it's good.
So, I want to go back to question number 1.
All right.
Do you worry about your marriage in the sense that it's headed the wrong way? We'll just finish up with that one. Now, you've got 10 questions. And so what I want you to do is to write down what your numbers are for yeses and what your numbers are for the no's. Now, I want you to come together tonight, this week, you and your spouse, after you've done this little quiz, and I want you to have a discussion. Take your time. Don't run through this. Take your time. Sometimes this is a good, a good date night to take them with you, and there you are across the table from each other. How many couples have we watched at restaurants? They sit there and never talk.
Yeah, I don't know if we're on a date night, if I want to take, these are really serious questions.
Yes, but just think about it for a moment. Unless you're like out in a restaurant, you can just kind of cover this up at home and not really deal with it. But so there you are. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
There you are at the restaurant. And feel free, I'm going to give you permission to disagree with me.
Oh, he's so kind, so open. Yeah. How's our marriage?
So, so there you are. You're at a table at a restaurant and you're going through your questions. And again, fair is important here. Be fair. And you throw out the question. So how did you do answering that question? I think it's okay to do that because
You like to aspire though. So if you say a yes when your spouse expects a no,
okay, that's where you need to discuss.
Well, certainly, but I'm not.
You and I have had some very lively discussions, even at restaurants.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I think the referees are sitting at other tables and somewhat keeping you calm, don't you think?
Yeah.
At home, I think this can get out of hand.
Okay. Oh, here.
So let's go back to the first question. Do you ever worry your marriage is headed in the wrong direction? So let's just talk about that in our own marriage. Do you looking back over the years, do you feel that there have been times where our marriage was headed in the wrong direction?
Yes.
Can you bring it up? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I believe it was when we were married for 3 years or 4 before you started working for your dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When he joined his father's ministry, he traveled 15 or 16 years? 15 years?
15 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first 4 of those years, we traveled with Wes. We being little bitty Clint and little bitty Chad. They were a year apart, babies. And we traveled with him because he did want us with him. Well, then it comes time for school, and you got to come off the road. So, but with that separation, I think when we moved here, Wes says to me, "Would you like to do ministry with me?" And I thought, what? He says, "I've calculated up. I've been gone 6 full years from you, and I don't want that to happen again." And so I think our marriage grew apart when we really didn't have time. He would come home at 6:30 Friday evening. We would go out to eat. Saturday was chore day, work day. That's what he enjoyed doing. And so we all worked together and did stuff as a family, basketball, YMCA basketball for the boys. That time of stuff. Then Sunday, we'd go to church. I'd fix dinner. And then we'd get Wes ready to leave again. I wash, iron his shirts. He's in his study studying. 6:30 Monday morning, he leaves again. And so I supported him, and I was for this. I never said to the boys, well, I wish your dad wasn't traveling. But I felt we were so limited on time with phones. We didn't have what we do now. So you had to wait till after 11 o'clock in order to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Which meant the boys didn't get to talk to him. So it was just,
I want to set a cliffhanger here. Is that the right word?
I'm not sure.
I want you to come back next week because we're gonna unpack this, and we're gonna get a little more into this, what was happening to our own marriage, and how the cracks begin to get bigger and bigger, and then what were the solutions. And there was a solution.
Yes, there was.
And there were several parts to that solution. So we're going to talk about that next week. So I think you got the idea, right? So the month of February, we're going to deal with this whole thing called love and marriage and love. And so let your friends know this is good for singles. It's good for couples that are looking toward marriage. It's good for people that have been married 20, 30, 40 years, just to take a refresher course. Hey, we want to thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
And we're excited to come into your abode, wherever that's at. Is that a word?
It's old-fashioned.
Yeah, it's old-fashioned. But
We enjoyed being with you tonight.
we do. And we just want to say bless you, and hopefully you can make it to church or watch church online someplace this coming Sunday. Have a great evening and a great week. God bless you. We'll see you.
Love you guys. Bye.